Girish, sir, like one question to you. So, a lot of people also believe in the concept of networking, and they want to start networking right from an early age so that they can have like a good career, etc. But we spoke and we touched upon this aspect in the past about the KPMG thing which we mentioned. But आपके हिसाब से एक अगर कोई 20 to 23 year old है जो ये देख रहा है तो how important is it for that person to network with right people right now, and how can one start that?
So I would say there's nothing right or wrong in it. So if I have to look at myself, I have in my career now I've been in this for the last 35 years. I've never hosted a client in my home for dinner. Never. Never had a client dinner. I would have never gone for a client wedding. Never. I would have never gone for a client celebration. As a person, I have not. I have not networked at all. I haven't had a meal with him also. I don't think we both have had a meal together, though we know each other very well.
Correct.
We've had at leaving the partner meet when we would just have a plate together. We haven't had a meal together. So that is what I have been. But I have done my work well. One work has got to another work, and the business has grown. People have grown. I have other softer way of engaging with my ecosystem, which endears me to them and endears them to me. That's how it has been built. But that's one way. Whereas when I see now Jay Vanvari doing it, absolutely effective. He will go for cricket matches, he will go for comedy shows, he will work very hard. In between, he had a fracture in his hand. When I went to the hospital, there were 15 people from office waiting to see how he's feeling. And he's doing very well. He's networking, he's doing well. So I don't know what is right or wrong. But certainly, if you like networking, you should, because it makes you learn so much. I was not made that way. But I didn't see that to be a hindrance at all to where I reach. As an entrepreneur also, I don't feel that to be an hindrance. I have great relationships with people, but I don't. I'm confined to myself, and I see my son and my daughter doing it very well. They're opposite of me, and they're building good bonds, good networks. So nothing is right or wrong.
Anything on that?
Yeah, no, I think the bottom line is you have to play to your strength. You have to be natural. I'll tell you where networking doesn't work. Networking doesn't work where you're artificial. Actually, I find that super irritating when people try to network with me with no content, with no relevance, no context, right? So I think it's good to the extent where if you feel you have something relevant to either learn or contribute, and you are there, because see, networking is also not just about you making an impact. It's also about you absorbing things. You just being there, standing in a conversation, listening to different people kind of adds to your intellectual kind of capability and experience as well, right? So yeah, and I agree with Girish. I have seen some amazingly successful introverted people, and I have seen some amazingly failed extroverted people. So I don't think there's a right answer here. My only kind of suggestion to young people would be get a diverse set of experiences. See, again, we were fortunate. We came from a place where we go those experiences in our work environment because we were Anderson, we were KPMG, da da da. But I think if you are not in a place like that, where you're working in a credible place, but you want a broad set of experiences, your chance of getting that experience is to network and mix around with people in other this thing actually.
Yeah.
And one more thing I learned, Jamil, which is for what I do two things: M&A restructuring and the accounting firm we run, and family offices. In family offices, we do family charters, wills, settlements in family, uh, shareholders agreement. You know, Jamil, before IPO,
Yeah.
just getting all the divorces also, uh, children born out of not marriage. A lot of
Yeah.
hairy stuff, Jamil.
Yeah.
What I realized that by not being a networking person, I'm a darling for the second business.
Very good. Yeah.
Because suppose if you have a problem, you will not go to somebody who is seen in too many parties, because you want it to be discreet, you want it to be not spoken about. Name dropping to say I work for this, work for that, never wins you clients, because You may drop a competitor's name. Dynamics between people may be very bad. You don't know. So I think a discrete individual in consulting is a recipe for big success. Because we're not in show business. We are solving very complicated, in my business, because my business is very different from your business, where I'm more intimate with my clients.
Yeah.
In that case, being an introvert
Yeah.
is actually a very big, it's working for me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be seen in weddings where 5 people have told me their most intimate problems. They'll start getting nervous.
Okay.
They'll start getting nervous that I may vomit their problems out to somebody. It's all confidential in my stomach. So it's working for me this way. It's...
Yeah. I'll just say for a young professional, just coming back to your point, Kushal, I would strongly recommend that people also connect with people on LinkedIn. The number of recruitments we've done, again to the point Girish mentioned, I've hired partners on LinkedIn. Partners. Big Four, in this room. A guy kind of wrote to me and said, I am a partner from EY. I'm leaving to join company X, but I want to meet you once, based in Delhi. And I said, yeah, okay, on LinkedIn. I don't know this guy. Dude came in. I spent an hour with him. I liked him. I told my guys, I said, I like this guy. Today he's a partner with us, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think some of this is, and there are many people we have recruited by people just reaching out on LinkedIn to people. Of course, because what that does, see, how will you get to a Jamil Khatri, Girish Vanvari, otherwise, right? Effectively, and if you frame your thing well, we are professional enough to read and respond, right? Because we also know this is our strength. If you don't reach out at all, how will we even know you exist in this whole scheme of things? So I would recommend find your own niche. Don't try to hard sell, but at least at a younger level, Girish, in terms of how people in today's world would be this thing. So.
And let's say if someone who's watching this wants to reach out to both
LinkedIn.
of you. So LinkedIn, but then what is an example of a good reach out? Like what will you see the way he has reached out? Like what are some
I think
things in
what
the
works
message?
for me, and this is like standard operating procedure, is what is your relevance of your reach out? I hate people who say hi. Okay, shit, it doesn't work for me. But look, come straight on to say like, look, this is my experience. This is what I've done. I would like to explore. Or there are many people, who reach out to me and say, I'm doing this in this particular area. I believe that, we could do something together out here. So I think something which is structured, not very long, and basically stuff is, if you don't expect your purpose, why are you reaching out? Honestly, I don't think any of us has time to casually chat on kind of LinkedIn, etc. And I'll tell you, in 100% of the cases, somebody from our team has reached out and closed the loop to say, this works, this doesn't work. We are super this thing. My chief people officer and her team are like total rock stars. And we also, our biggest asset in India is our ability to recruit without spending on kind of consultants. Of course, outside India is very different for us in terms of the markets we operate in. So
Do you also deal with celebrity clients without naming them, of course?
Yeah, we have cricket stars, we have TV actors, big stars. Yes, we have a fair bit of them.
Yeah.
And how's the experience? Is it like celebrities have tantrums zyada hai, etc., or how does that
No,
work?
I think they depend on you. You become their protector
Okay.
because they look up to you for your domain, and you have a bigger responsibility. Because if I'm dealing with a corporate, typically the corporate team also is a protector. In these cases, you're a total protector in the family office. So the responsibility is
Very good.
far more, and the intimacy is far more. They're also human beings, and I see the bigger the person is, the more empathy they have, the more understanding they have. It's a very good relationship you nurture.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.